Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into Come and Belong.
Ooh, okay.
It's by Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf.
Okay.
It's actually an excerpt from a talk he gave
Mm-hmm.
to members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
It's full of insights about discipleship,
Yeah.
personal growth, and finding your place
Yeah.
in a faith community.
Okay.
I'm really excited to unpack this with you today
Me too.
and see what we can find.
What jumps out at you?
Well, one of the things that really stood out to me was how Elder Uchtdorf
Okay.
compares being a devoted disciple of Christ
Okay.
to learning a new skill,
Like what?
like flying a plane
Okay.
or mastering cooking.
Okay.
He's saying that it requires consistent effort
Oh, wow.
and practice.
He's really emphasizing that, huh?
Yeah, he's not just talking the talk. He's
Oh.
saying that we got to put in the work.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, what's so fascinating to me is that
Yeah,
he's saying that faith is not passive. It's not just something that happens to you.
right.
It's something you pursue.
Right.
You have to learn it.
Okay.
You have to grow into it.
True.
Just like you can't be a pilot overnight.
Exactly.
It takes time,
Right.
dedication,
Yeah.
a willingness to work at it.
You know, it's almost like he's saying that
Wait.
we need to approach our faith with the same commitment,
Yeah.
intentionality
Mm.
that we do other things in our lives, like learning a new language,
Sure.
training for a marathon.
Absolutely.
Have you found that to be true?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like, I see that in my own life.
Yeah.
When I put in the time and the effort,
Mm-hmm.
things actually improve.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he uses this powerful analogy.
Tell me about it.
He compares the church
Okay.
to a flight simulator.
Ooh, that's interesting.
He's saying that engaging in church activities,
Yeah.
participating in the community,
Mm-hmm.
isn't just about attending meetings.
Right.
It's about preparing for the challenges of life.
So it's like training.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Just like a flight simulator trains pilots
Yeah.
for different situations, like
Yeah.
turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
Engaging in the church can help us
So.
develop resilience
Sure.
and valuable life skills.
That we can use every day.
Absolutely.
That's a great point.
It's not just about the spiritual side of things.
Right.
It's about the practical side, too.
The things you can actually apply.
Exactly.
Give me an example.
Think about working on a church project.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe organizing an event,
Mm-hmm.
volunteering in your community.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
These experiences teach us
Yeah.
communication,
Right.
problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
even leadership skills,
And those are important no matter what.
no matter what.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then he extends this invitation to everyone
To do what?
to come and explore the church and its teachings.
He's saying that no matter what your background is,
No matter your beliefs,
you're welcome.
everyone is welcome.
That's pretty inclusive.
It is.
Yeah.
He's not saying you have to fit a certain mold.
Right.
It's more about genuine connection
Mhm.
and learning together.
It's about opportunity.
Totally.
Yeah.
What do you think about that message?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's saying that everyone can participate.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can contribute.
Okay.
It's like a space
Okay.
where we can all come together,
Okay.
share our experiences,
Mm.
support each other.
And learn from each other.
Exactly.
And he also acknowledges that some people might feel hesitant,
Right.
maybe struggling with self-doubt.
Well,
Maybe they feel unworthy.
Okay.
Maybe they've made mistakes in the past
There's-
that make them question their place in a faith community.
Yeah. I've definitely felt that way before.
I think a lot of people have.
Probably.
And what he does
Yeah.
is he reassures us
About what?
that God's love is for everyone,
No matter what.
regardless of our past.
That's reassuring.
He says that the church is a place
Okay.
for growth
Mm.
and forgiveness,
Not judgment.
not condemnation.
Yeah.
It's a place where we can acknowledge
Yeah.
our imperfections,
Right.
work through our challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and support each other
That's
in becoming better.
I like that.
It's really powerful because so many people,
Yeah.
no matter their faith background,
Right.
can relate to feeling like
Like what?
they're not good enough or
Mhm.
that they don't belong.
Yeah, I think everyone feels that way sometimes.
Yeah, and Elder Uchtdorf
Okay.
tackles that head on.
Right.
He says we don't have to be perfect
Yeah.
to be loved
Yeah.
and accepted.
And then he uses this analogy.
What is it?
Tell me.
He compares it to a child running away from home
Okay.
and how the parents just wait
Mhm.
with open arms
Mhm.
for that child to come back.
That's powerful.
It's such a beautiful image
It is.
of God's love and willingness to welcome us back.
No matter what we've done.
No matter how far we've strayed.
Yeah.
How many mistakes we've made.
That's a good message.
And that really ties into this idea
Of what?
of the church being a place of growth and learning.
Not judgment.
Exactly.
So we can learn from our mistakes.
He even says that God doesn't just give us all the answers.
He doesn't.
Nope.
So how are we supposed to learn?
He expects us to learn through our experiences.
Even through our mistakes.
Oh, wow. So it's like a process.
Yeah, it's about embracing the journey.
The journey.
With all its ups and downs.
Okay.
Not expecting a smooth path, but realizing that those challenges, setbacks, they're actually opportunities for growth.
Opportunities for growth.
Opportunities for learning.
So even when things are hard.
They can teach you something.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's about developing that resilience.
Resilience.
Realizing that those moments of uncertainty,
Okay.
when we have to rely on our own judgment and intuition, can lead to some of the most profound personal growth.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not about avoiding mistakes.
It's about learning from them and using them as stepping stones on our path.
Oh, wow.
It makes you think right.
Yeah, it does.
What do you think?
I think maybe the journey is just as important as the destination.
So it's not just about getting it right.
Yeah.
It's about the process.
The process.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we actually grow.
That's where the transformation happens.
Yeah.
Now, to illustrate this idea,
Elder
Uchtdorf brings in the story of Joseph Smith, who claimed to have seen God and Jesus Christ when he was a young man.
And who's Joseph Smith?
This was a really important event in the history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's known as the First Vision.
First Vision.
And it's considered the moment when Christ's original church, which many believe had been lost over time, was restored to the earth.
And Joseph Smith was the one who saw God.
Yeah. And his
experiences led to the founding of the church.
As we know it today.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's interesting is he was just an ordinary young man looking for truth.
So he wasn't like a scholar.
Nope.
A religious leader.
Not at all.
Interesting.
He just had questions and doubts.
And God chose him.
It's amazing, right?
It is.
And what's fascinating to me is that God didn't wait to find the perfect person to do his work.
So he chose Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
Even though he was ordinary.
Even though he was flawed, imperfect, and God used him to do amazing things.
It's so inspiring.
It is.
Because it shows that God can work through anyone.
No matter what.
Regardless of their background. Their perceived shortcomings.
Wow.
It's really about our willingness.
To what?
To listen. To
Oh.
follow. To serve.
Even when we don't feel ready.
Even when we don't feel qualified.
Yeah.
It's a powerful example of how God can use our individual experiences, even our imperfections,
and do his work
to accomplish his purposes.
And that ties back to what Elder Uchtdorf was saying about practice and effort.
Yeah.
We might not have all the answers.
Right.
We might stumble.
We don't have the mistakes.
But it's through those experiences.
The challenges.
That we learn and grow.
And become more like Christ.
I like that.
It's not about being perfect. It's about that willingness to learn, to put in the effort.
Even when we're not sure what we're doing.
Even when we don't feel totally capable.
Right.
So to go back to Joseph Smith.
After
he had this incredible experience.
What experience?
Of seeing God. And Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God's message to him was so simple.
What was it?
Hear him.
Just hear him.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's powerful though, right?
It is.
And that's really the core message of Elder Uchtdorf's talk as well.
So it's an invitation.
It's an invitation to each of us.
No
matter where we are. On our journey.
To do what?
To hear and follow Jesus Christ.
But what does that actually mean?
That's a great question.
What does it look like to hear him?
Yeah.
To follow him?
In our daily lives.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's about really engaging with his teachings. Going beyond just listening.
Right.
And really trying to understand them, to internalize them.
To make them part of us.
Exactly.
It's about pondering.
Pondering.
Thinking deeply. Studying the scriptures. And trying to be like him.
In our everyday lives.
Especially in how we treat other people.
That's important.
It's about making a conscious effort to align our thoughts, our words, our actions with his teachings.
With what he taught us.
Yeah, so it's not passive listening.
Right.
It's active, incorporating bringing his teachings into our lives.
Putting them into practice.
Turning faith into action.
So how do we do that?
Well, we can start by seeking his guidance through prayer, being open to the promptings of the Holy Spirit, and trying to be more like him.
More like him.
Every single day.
That's a good goal.
It is a good goal.
Yeah.
And as we do this, as we try to follow Christ, Elder Uchtdorf says, what?
We will find a sense of belonging within his church.
Oh, that's interesting.
He describes the church as a place where we can connect
with
others who share our values, our aspirations, support each other on this journey.
This journey of faith.
Of faith and discipleship.
And that gives us a sense of belonging.
He says that it goes beyond just attending meetings.
So it's about more than that.
It's about true community and belonging.
It's about feeling like you're part of something.
Exactly.
And you don't have to have it all figured out.
You don't.
No, you don't have to be perfect.
Okay.
You don't have to have all the answers.
That's a relief.
It is.
You just have to have a desire to learn, to grow, to draw closer to God.
That's beautiful.
And that message resonates.
With who?
With people from all walks of life.
Yeah?
All backgrounds. Doesn't matter where you come from.
It doesn't matter what you believe.
You're welcome.
If you have that desire, that sincere desire
to learn and to grow,
you're welcome.
That's a really inclusive message.
It is.
Yeah, I like that.
And he acknowledges that some people might feel unworthy.
Unworthy?
Or hesitant.
To do what?
To engage with the church.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because of past mistakes.
Right.
Or personal struggles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he reassures them.
What does he say?
That God's love extends to everyone.
No matter what.
Regardless of their past.
That's a good message.
He says it's never too late. To turn to God.
Turn to God.
And seek his forgiveness.
His forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And guidance.
So there's always hope.
There is.
Yeah.
It's such a comforting message.
It is.
It speaks to the inclusiveness of his invitation.
To come and belong.
To come and belong.
And remember,
he uses that analogy.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
The child running away.
Yeah.
And the parents waiting.
With open arms.
Yeah.
That is such
a what?
A powerful image of God's unconditional love.
He's always there for us.
Always there.
No matter what.
It's a beautiful reminder
it is.
That we are always loved and welcomed
in
his presence.
His presence.
And then he leaves us with this idea that Joseph Smith's first vision wasn't just a historical event. It's a living story.
A living story.
That we're all a part of.
What do you mean?
We're not just passive observers. We're active participants.
Active participants.
In this unfolding narrative.
Oh, wow.
He challenges us.
What does he say?
To ask ourselves, what is our role?
Our role.
In this grand story.
In this grand story.
How can we contribute?
To what?
To the ongoing work.
The ongoing work.
Of God's kingdom.
He's asking us to step up.
He's asking us to step into the story. And become active characters.
Active characters.
Shaping the narrative.
Oh, wow.
With our choices.
Our choices.
Yeah.
He's saying we have a part to play.
We do.
Yeah.
He says our part.
Okay.
In this great work. Is to learn of Jesus Christ. To study his words.
To study his words.
To hear him.
To hear him.
And to follow him.
To follow him.
By actively participating.
Participating in what?
In building his kingdom.
Here on earth. That's a big task.
It is a big task, but it's also a call to action.
A call to action.
It's an invitation to step up.
To step up.
To engage.
To make a difference.
To make a difference.
And to become the best versions of ourselves.
Wow.
Not just for ourselves.
But
for everyone around us.
Yeah.
For the world.
It's about making the world a better place.
It is.
Yeah.
He assures us. What does he say?
That as we dedicate our lives to loving and serving God and his children, we will experience joy, purpose, and belonging.
Belonging.
That goes far beyond.
Beyond what?
this earthly life.
Beyond this life.
It's about something bigger.
Yeah.
Something more lasting.
More eternal.
Exactly.
Wow, there's so much there.
There is so much to unpack.
And we're just getting started.
This is just the beginning.
You know, one thing I really appreciated was how Elder Uchtdorf talked about God allowing us to learn from our mistakes.
Ooh, yeah.
Like our journey isn't always going to be smooth sailing. And that's okay.
I found that really reassuring.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying we're all pilgrims on this journey of life, searching for truth and meaning.
And sometimes it's hard.
And sometimes we can only see the path right in front of us.
Okay.
We don't know what's coming next.
The twists and turns.
The twists and turns. It's like we're stumbling around in the dark.
That's a good way to put it.
And he says, Heavenly Father doesn't just give us a map with all the answers.
He doesn't.
No.
So how are we supposed to get there?
He expects us to figure things out.
Figure things out.
As we go to exercise our agency to make choices.
Yeah.
And even to make mistakes.
He's okay with us making mistakes.
The part of the process.
Oh, wow.
It's like he's encouraging us to embrace the unknown.
To embrace the unknown.
To have a little faith and just keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward.
Even when it's tough.
Even when we don't know the way.
Even when we feel like we've taken a wrong turn.
He wants us to keep going.
He does.
That's pretty amazing.
He even asks,
what?
Would we really want everything spelled out for us?
Spelled out for us.
Every question answered.
Yeah.
Every destination marked on a map. Where's the adventure in that?
That's a good question.
Where's the opportunity for growth?
You're right.
I think there's value in seeking guidance, learning from others.
Yeah.
But there's also something to be said for figuring things out on our own.
On our own.
Navigating the unknown.
Right.
Discovering our own resilience.
So those moments of uncertainty, when we don't know what to do.
When we have to rely on ourselves, that's when we really learn.
That's when we grow.
What do you think?
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that in my own life.
And Elder Uchtdorf says it's about trusting the journey.
Trusting the journey.
Even when we don't have all the answers.
So we don't have to know everything.
We don't.
Okay.
And it's through those experiences, the mistakes, the repentance, the course correction, that we find true happiness.
True happiness.
There's some fulfillment.
It's about the journey.
It's not about being perfect.
Okay.
It's about embracing the process.
The process of what?
Of growth.
Growth.
And learning.
And knowing that it's okay to mess up.
To make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's all part of it.
Makes sense.
And speaking of learning through experience. One of the most remarkable examples in our faith's history is the story of Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Who claimed to have seen God in Jesus Christ when he was just a young man.
It's amazing how that experience completely changed his life.
Yeah, it did.
He went from being an ordinary farm boy to the prophet who restored Christ's church.
To the earth.
And what I think is so fascinating is that he was chosen for this huge role despite not having any formal training.
Religious training or even social standing.
Like he wasn't a big deal.
He wasn't.
He was just a normal guy.
He was just a young man seeking truth.
And God chose him.
It's incredible.
It is.
And I think what's so inspiring about that is that it reminds us that God doesn't care about outward appearances or worldly accomplishments.
So it's not about what you look like.
What you've achieved.
It's about something else.
He sees our hearts.
Our hearts.
Our potential.
Our willingness to serve.
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
And that's something that everyone can relate to.
It doesn't matter
your background.
Your beliefs.
Yeah.
We don't have to be perfect.
We don't.
To be instruments in God's hands.
That's good to know.
It's about being willing.
To what?
To listen. To follow. To serve.
Even when we're not sure how.
Even when we don't feel ready.
And that connects back to what we were saying about
practice and effort.
In discipleship, we might not have all the answers. We might make mistakes. But through those experiences, we learn.
And we grow.
And become more like Christ.
That's the goal.
So to go back to Joseph Smith. After he saw God. And Jesus Christ. God gave him this message. It was so simple. But so profound.
I love it.
Hear him.
Just hear him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's really the essence of Elder Uchtdorf's message, too.
Really?
It's an invitation.
An invitation to who?
To all of us.
Okay.
No matter who we are, what we believe.
To do what?
To hear and follow.
Hear and follow who?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, but what does that mean?
Like, how do we actually do that?
Yeah, in our everyday lives. I think it's about more.
More than what?
Than just listening to his words.
Okay.
It's about trying to understand his teaching.
On a deeper level. Like, really getting them. And then what? And then trying to live them.
To be like him.
Yeah.
In how we treat other people.
Exactly.
It's about being willing to learn,
to grow,
to put those teachings into practice.
So it's not just about what we believe.
It's about what we do.
It's about how we live our lives.
And Elder Uchtdorf says, as we do that, we will find a sense of belonging.
Belonging where?
In his church.
He says the church is a place where we can come together
with other people
who
share our values.
Our
aspirations.
And we can support each other.
On our own journeys.
Journeys of faith.
And that creates a sense of community. And belonging.
That's really powerful.
It is.
It's about feeling like you're part of something.
Yeah.
Like you're connected.
And you don't have to be perfect.
We don't.
To belong.
That's good to hear.
You don't have to have it all figured out.
You just have to have that desire. To learn, to grow.
Closer to God.
And that's something that resonates with people.
With anyone.
No matter their religious background.
It's a universal message.
I think so.
Yeah.
And he acknowledges that some people might feel unworthy or hesitant to come to church. Maybe because of past mistakes or personal struggle.
Things they're going through.
But he reassures them.
How?
He says God's love is unconditional.
Unconditional.
And that the church is a place.
A place for what?
For forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And healing.
That's good.
It's a safe space.
The safe space to do what?
To acknowledge our imperfections. To work through our challenges. To support each other.
In becoming better?
He even uses that analogy of the child running away and the parents waiting.
With open arms.
Yeah. It's such a powerful image.
It is.
His unwavering love.
His unwavering love.
And compassion.
Doesn't matter what we've done.
It doesn't matter where we've been.
He's there for us.
Always.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder that we are always.
Always what?
Loved.
Loved.
Welcomed by God.
Yeah, and he challenges us.
What does he say?
To not just sit on the sidelines. To actually get involved.
To engage.
Yeah, to come and belong.
To contribute.
Contribute our talents.
Our perspectives.
To be a part of it.
Yeah, and I love how he emphasizes that we each have something unique to offer.
So everyone has something to give.
Everyone.
That's a good message.
Our experiences. Our perspectives.
They make the community richer.
They do.
Yeah.
And that brings us back to the idea that Joseph Smith's first vision wasn't just a historical event. It's a living story.
A living story.
And we're all part of it.
What do you mean?
He's saying this isn't just a narrative that happened in the past.
It's still happening.
Unfolding,
and we're a part of it.
We're contributing to it.
With our choice.
With our actions.
Wow.
So it's not just about learning about history. It's about being active participants.
Active participants in what?
Shaping the future.
So we can make a difference.
We can.
That's pretty cool.
And he challenges us.
To do what?
To ask ourselves, what is our role?
Our role.
In this grand narrative.
In this story that's unfolding.
How can we contribute?
To the work.
The work of God.
Of God's kingdom.
It's like a call to action.
It is a call to action.
To get involved.
To step up.
Yeah.
To engage.
To make a difference.
To become the best versions of ourselves.
The best we can be.
Not just for ourselves.
For everyone.
For the whole world.
He reminds us that as we dedicate our lives to loving God and serving his children, we will experience.
What will we experience?
Joy.
Joy. Song.
A sense of belonging.
That goes beyond what? This life.
It's about eternity.
It's about something bigger.
Something more lasting.
It's not just about what we gain.
In this life.
It's about the eternal impact.
Eternal impact.
We can make.
Wow.
By aligning our lives.
With God's will.
And striving to be like him.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is encouraging.
It takes the pressure off.
It does.
Knowing that we don't have to be perfect.
Right.
To make a difference.
That's something I really took away from this talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, this idea that God can work through anyone.
Okay.
It doesn't matter your background, what you've done in the past. He used the example of Joseph Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Who didn't have any formal religious training.
Right. He was just an ordinary guy.
But God used him
to do extraordinary things.
To restore the church.
It shows you that God sees our potential.
Yeah.
Even when we don't see it ourselves.
Even when we doubt ourselves.
He believes in us.
And I think that's a really powerful message.
It is.
Because it reminds us that our past doesn't define us.
Okay.
And that we all have the capacity to contribute.
To do something good.
To something bigger than ourselves.
And that's what the church is all about.
It is.
It's a place for everyone.
No matter where they are.
On their spiritual journey.
Yeah. It's not about fitting into some perfect mold.
It's not about being perfect.
It's about coming together.
Yeah.
To learn and grow.
Support each other.
And he even invites those who might feel hesitant.
Okay.
Or unworthy.
To participate.
Yeah, maybe, because past mistakes, personal struggles.
He's saying, come as you are.
Exactly.
God's love is big enough for everyone.
And he uses that analogy.
Oh, the one with the child.
Yeah, the child running away from home.
And the parents are just waiting.
With open arms.
It's so powerful.
It's a beautiful image of God's love.
Unconditional love.
And his willingness to
welcome us back.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
To turn to him.
To seek his forgiveness. And he challenges us.
To do what?
To not be passive.
Okay.
But to be active.
In our faith.
To engage in this journey.
Of discipleship.
To take ownership of our spiritual growth.
And to look for opportunities to serve
talents.
Our perspectives.
So it's about more than just showing up.
It is.
It's about really being a part of it.
And if we connect this to the listener's life.
Okay.
What does it mean?
To come and belong.
To come and belong.
What does that look like? It might be reaching out to someone
who's feeling alone.
Extending a hand of friendship.
To someone new.
Being more open-minded.
To people who are different.
Because sometimes the smallest acts of kindness and compassion can have the biggest impact.
In helping people feel like they belong.
Exactly.
So we don't have to do big things.
It's the little things.
It's about connection.
And as we wrap up this deep dive
into Elder Uchtdorf's talk.
Yeah. Come and belong.
Hope you're feeling
hopeful
and empowered
that you have something to offer.
Because
this journey of faith
and belonging.
It's ongoing.
It's a process.
So keep seeking.
Keep connecting.
And we'll see you next time.